Today's Sunday. Today's Sunday, October 2nd. Um, and and after having traded for a while, um, one of the most difficult things about day trading is like seeing the invisible barrier between one place to the other place. So in business, there is apparently a ceiling. It's called executive ceiling. It's called the glass ceiling. In which case, in order to move across that glass ceiling, there has to be some substance to that movement. And unless a person is on the other side, is unable to see what that exactly is. And having spent realistically one full year of day trading, and maybe 6 months prior to that, just wading through, and then being exposed to the world of Wall Street for over 2 decades, on and off, meaning that I would spend working, sometimes not sleeping for 3 days, and spending a little bit of time in day trading and expecting something good to happen, and having the emotion of, just like the 2000 stock market bubble, where I had a little bit of money, and that little bit of money became quite big, and my ex-wife was quite happy. You should sell it. That's what she said. And of course, after the implosion, my account was decimated, and that essentially what happens when ignorance plays into day trading. Of course, there are cases where the market seems to, in a lot of the cases, the market tends to help me define where the lowest point of the day is by triggering emotions. That emotion, that emotion really essentially what it will do is it'll create an incredible amount of pounding in the brain as the excitement and the fear and is at the maximum, where my account has been leveraged up to the hilt. And that at that maximum point where my thesis is completely incorrect and is on the other side of the trade, then the body becomes one with the market, and emotion causes me to sell at the lowest point. And what happens is that on weekends, I would spend my time thinking about things, and when the Wall Street bell just rings, I become a different beast. One of the acceptable label for me, the person that I am when that occurs, is called being a chimp. essentially being reverted back into the prehistoric formation of the inner flight and a run, kind of a um, the state of mind. So so essentially, in day trading, there are three primary mechanisms that creates an invisible ceiling. It is a ceiling. Essentially, essentially, it is a impenetrable ceiling unless I become aware of it. It is very thick. It is a very expensive ceiling that must be, and based on it can be it can be extremely expensive. It can be very economical if the person if I had known about these things, I would have knowing what I know now is to essentially trade very small, and then the exposures to these triad of trading um, demons, then these demons would be defeated, and then finally make it across that ceiling, that glass ceiling. And it becomes quite eerie talking about the three demons of day trading, and I find it that one of the things that in biblical terms is um, and it's coincides so much. It's coincides so much with day trading and the biblical terminology and thinking that goes on is this: um, the demons, the devil does not want to be seen. Essentially, that's what it means. The devil does not want to be seen, and that part of me that wants has that particular aspects of 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 things that I don't see can be categorized into this invisible layer that prohibits me from crossing to the other side to eventually becoming a consistently profitable day trader. And these three demons are the demons that do not want to be seen. It wants to be hidden forever. And as long as these demons are hidden from myself, I am unable to identify that particular part of me that is prohibiting me from becoming a consistently profitable day trader. When I make the consistently profitable returns in day trading, it is essentially working in the industry, working for a company where I've reached the upper echelon, the threshold of area where I become an executive of that company, where money no longer matters whatsoever. So getting to that point is defeating these three demons. And these three demons are addiction, emotion, and ignorance. Once those three things are eradicated from my trading, then I can focus on what is most important. What is most important is maintaining my system and constantly working on my setups, money management, and then exit strategies. Once I am free from these demons, that I can completely focus on those things on a constant basis for me to improve my day trading abilities. As you and I already know, that there are quants, there are geniuses. Money attracts these. They want to be employed. This is a discipline where the smartest of the smartest of the smartest will make money. And those who casually bump into things, who have free cash flow, where money really doesn't matter, or ignorant to these facts, will make a little bit, and then on a long-term basis will give everything back. And because this discipline is has that invisible barrier, and penetrating through that invisible barrier means an intense amount of psychological self-observation and an enormous amount of resiliency, and 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 essentially having faith, and having faith that going through this journey, at the end of this path, at this end of this arduous, uh, incredibly difficult journey, at the end of it, there will be that, simply put, a pot of gold. Um, that's all.